Welcome to another exciting episode of Community Central. I'm Carlota Arthur, and on today's show, you will learn firsthand how to become a better parent and a better teen, and how and why coaching is essential. Yo me llamo Carlota y yo soy de Caracas, Venezuela. Yo llegué aquí a Nueva York cuando tenía 12 años y me crié en Nueva York. Yo fui al middle school y al high school en Nueva York, en Coney Island. Después, cuando me gradué de high school, yo fui a Fisk University en Nashville, Tennessee, y me gradué en el 87 con un título de psicología y también español. Después de eso me mudé aquí a Florida y empecé a enseñar. Yo soy una educadora y yo he estado educando a niños por 25 años. I actually have two professions. I am an educator. I've been an educator for 25 years, and I'm also a life coach. As an educator, I was a teacher for 9 years. I've actually taught kindergarten, first, second, third grade, and I was brave enough to teach Spanish to middle school students. Now I'm a school administrator. I'm an elementary school assistant principal, and I have done that for 16 years. As a life coach, which is also my passion, I help parents and teens have a better life. Coaching is a revolutionary way of helping others. It's a fairly new profession, and it's basically being a supporter, being a cheerleader, holding someone's hand as they go through their goals and objectives that they want out of life. Sometimes parents are lost. Sometimes they didn't put forth the coaching skills that were needed in order to have the children that they wanted. And so having a parent coach will assist them in putting forth certain measures and certain skills and certain strategies in order to have a better relationship with their teens and their children. Teenagers have very hard time in our lives, and so sometimes teens feel alone, sometimes they don't feel supported, and most times they don't think that their parents understand or even know who they are. And that's when a coach will come in and be their support, their cheerleader, almost like a soundboard with humanistic as well as adult wisdom. The typical challenges parents bring to coaching is that they're not coachable. In order for you to be coached, you have to be willing to do what you're told to do. And a lot of parents do not want to do the work, you know. And so I don't know if you know Iyanla Vanzant. She is a life coach, and she tells you on her shows, you have to be willing to do the work, and it's hard work. Well, coaching is on a one-to-one. It doesn't necessarily have to happen face-to-face. It can happen on the phone. It could happen on Skype. And it's basically different sessions. You need at least 4 to 5 sessions in order for the strategies to be solidified. So the first session is usually a get to know each other session. Out of the second session, you have a vision statement. That's where the client asks questions, the life coach asks questions, and from those questions, the life coach develops a vision statement. That vision statement is something that the client has to read on a daily basis. And then after that, that's when the goals will come to play. So the clients will come up with the goals, and the life coach will assist the client on strategies to achieve those goals. Usually no, because you need to develop a rapport with the teen, and that is very difficult to do while mom and dad are there. And even though mom and dad are paying for the sessions, it's actually a confidential session, unless of course the subject of harming oneself or others comes up, or drugs or something like that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
name is Yancey Jones. And I'm going to give you 3 ab exercises with tips on how to firm and tone them. Here, these are leg raises on the pull-up bar. These help the lower part of your abs and develop that V shape that we all want. So you're here, legs come up, slow, not fast, slow. Same way. I use a lot of weight when I do this. Just to develop the muscles in my abs. For those who just starting off, you don't have to go heavy. This is a slow exercise as well. So you're here. I'm going to put on a lot. So you're here, angle your body off. Your elbows should touch your knee. So you're here, just like this. The regular crunch is good as well to help you down, but you have to do them slow. And you have to do them proper way to develop them. You don't go all fast or you're just going. So, the next thing I'll do is my glutes. I'm going to do them up here, but if you don't have this, I'll show you another way to do them as well. The way I do my obliques, I go up here again, I lock my arms. Watching this segment, I hope you guys take my advice, work your abs, stay fit, stay healthy, and thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Candace, do you know why you're here?
Not really.
Okay, your parents are concerned with you because you know they love you. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, they do. They actually do. They're kind of weird, but they do love you. And they wanted me to talk to you. I'm a life coach. Do you know what's a life coach?
No. I've
Okay.
never heard that.
My job is going to be, if you allow me to, you have to be able to say yes. My job is going to be to help you get over to what your parents say is you being sad all the time. So that's going to be my job.
Okay.
But I can't do that unless you allow me to do so. So will you be willing for me to coach you?
I mean, I guess. I don't feel sad. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I'm open.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. What does a regular day when you go home looks like when your parents are home?
I come home from school or work, and then I just go up to my room.
You go up to your room.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you go up to your room?
Because I don't feel like dealing with their drama.
That's why I'm here. That's the whole idea. They feel that you not wanting to deal with their drama has something to do with something that's going on inside of you. So from this moment forward, and I'm going to ask you again, are you willing to work with me?
Yes.
Okay. From this moment forward, I am going to work with you and for you.
Okay.
Even though your parents are paying me, but this is all about you.
Okay.
So what I want to do is I want to help you to see things differently. I want to help you to see why is it that you go upstairs and lock yourself in a room, and why is it you don't want to see their drama.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, how do you feel about yourself?
I mean, I guess I feel like I'm a good person.
Oh, that's good. What makes you a good person, Candace?
I try to provide for everyone and help people when they need help.
Okay. And how do you help Candace?
I keep myself looking cute.
Oh, okay. So you think you're cute?
Yes.
Well, that's a good thing.
When my hair hair is done and my makeup is done.
When your hair is done. Okay, so what would happen if there was no more makeup and no hair
I'll look a
products?
hot mess.
You think? But how can that be?
Because makeup enhances my beauty, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, so then you do have beauty.
I guess. When I have the makeup on, yes.
Okay, but you know, sometimes, have you ever heard the saying that you have to have something to work with?
Yeah.
So if you were really a hot mess, you think that makeup can help you?
No.
Okay, so the first thing we need to establish is that you are beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to say that. I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
Okay, but I need your eyes to really believe that. I need you to see it within. I need your eyes to tell me that you're believing what you say.
Okay.
I am beautiful.
I am beautiful.
That's much better. You are beautiful. Makeup is not making you beautiful. You are beautiful already. Because, well, let me ask you this. Do you believe in God?
I do.
You do? What do you believe in God? What does that mean when I say God?
I believe God is in all of us.
God?
We're all a part of God, and
That's
God is
right.
a part of us.
That's right. So therefore, if you look at nature, you see how beautiful nature is, right?
Yeah.
And so do you understand that you are just as beautiful as nature is?
I mean, now that you put it like that, I see it.
Okay, so let me try it again. Do you understand that you are just as beautiful as nature is?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
And so makeup is just a little spring and a little summer because the beauty is already there.
Mm.
Okay? So now, how do you feel about yourself on a daily basis?
I feel kind of miserable because I don't like school. I don't like working. I just want to do different things. I don't want to just do the same routine every single day.
Why don't you like school?
Because I don't fit in. I feel like I'm a loner outcast. I don't fit in with anyone.
Okay, let's go back. I thought we said you were beautiful, yes?
Yes.
So how could a beautiful person not fit in? Explain.
I mean, I don't do what the other girls do in my school. I don't want to be a part of that crowd or do what they do. So
And
I
what-
kind of stay to myself.
And what's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it doesn't make it enjoyable when I go to school. It's just I'm by myself.
You don't have any friends.
I have friends outside of school, but in school I'll stay to myself. I don't talk to anyone.
And how's that working out for you?
It's miserable. I don't like it.
Explain miserable to me. Help me understand miserable.
I don't have the urge to want to go. I'd rather stay home.
Okay, here's a trick question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to school to fit in or are you going to school to learn?
I guess both. Both.
Okay, so how's the learning? Because to me, remember, I'm an adult, I'm a fuddy-duddy. So to me, the main idea why you're going to school is to learn.
That's true.
So with that in mind, how's the learning going on?
It's okay. I could be doing better. I should be more focused, but I'm not.
So what are you focusing on?
Boys.
So they're boys. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go through a series of questions, and for those questions, I am going to ask you things that will help me do a vision statement. And basically, a vision statement is going to be tackling boys, school, and friends. And once I finish that vision statement with your answers, your job is going to be to read your vision statement on a daily basis, whether you read it in the morning, when you get home from work, from school or work, or whether you do it at night. And then that's going to help us get out of this imaginary rot you have going on, because you're beautiful and we know how to make you better at school, and we're going to address the boy issue as well. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hey Candace, how are you, dear?
I'm good.
Great. How was your week?
It was okay, a little better.
A little better. What made it better?
I'm not so worried about trying to fit in school so much. I'm focusing more on homework and my school work and stuff like that. It makes the day go by a little bit faster when I'm at school.
Now, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you to think about a sentence that I'm going to tell you, and then I want you to repeat the sentence 3 times. And that's actually going to be part of your vision statement. Listen to this. Worrying is betting against yourself. I'm going to say it one more time. Worrying is betting against yourself.
Okay.
Now you say that.
Worrying is betting against myself.
One more time.
Worrying is betting against myself.
What does that mean to you?
That worrying isn't going to solve my problems at all.
So, I know you don't bet because you're too young. It would be illegal. And I know you don't do illegal things. But let's say you were betting and you had to bet on yourself. Would you bet against yourself or would you bet for yourself?
I bet for myself.
Why?
Because I care about myself
You
more
are-
than whatever else someone might be betting against for me. I don't know.
Right. So anytime you want to worry, you remember, betting is what?
Going against myself.
It's going against yourself. Worrying is going against yourself. So why do that? Okay? So I want you to remember that. So there's no need for you to say worry to me because I'm going to go like this. And what does that mean? Worrying is betting against yourself. Now, I told you last week that we were going to do, I'm going to ask you a series of questions and I'm going to make your vision statement. And your vision statement is what I want you to concentrate on. I want you to read it. How many times a day did I tell you?
3.
I told you once. You read your vision statement once. But if you want to read it 3, hey, go for it. That would be really cool. You'll be a good client. Okay, I want you to read it once a day for the next 10 days. Okay, until we see each other again.
Okay.
And basically, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I'm going to base your vision statement upon the questions that you answered.
Okay.
So my first question to you is, what is the sentence I told you to say?
That worrying is betting against yourself.
Exactly. Now, how does that sentence make you feel?
Like I should care more about myself.
Okay, great. Now, how do you feel about yourself?
I believe I should care more about myself.
How do you see yourself?
I feel like I have a lot of potential.
How do you see yourself?
I see myself as a smart, beautiful, strong young lady.
Excellent. How do you feel about yourself?
I feel a little bit more calm, not as worried about little things like makeup and stuff like that.
Okay, now let's go to school. How do you see yourself in school?
I still see myself as an outcast, but I just want to get it done and over with, so I'm just going to focus on my schoolwork. And whatever happens, happens, I guess.
Okay, now let's go to our ideal scene. How would you like to see yourself in school?
Someone who's more focused.
Okay, focus is good.
And someone, I guess, who can be a role model to people who are lost in school, who are more focused on, I guess, being popular and things like that, that you need to focus
That's excellent.
on the schoolwork.
Okay, now remember, we're talking about not how you feel right now, but how you want to be. Okay, so when I say to you, how do you feel about school? Ideally, the best scene. Tell me, how do you feel about yourself in school?
How I want to see myself.
Want is the trick. Want. Ideal.
That's why I want to be more focused, and I want to not care about what other people think.
Okay, so you told me how you will see yourself, how you feel yourself. How do you want your parents to see you?
I want them to start treating me more as an adult, not a little girl anymore.
That's great. Now, here's the easy one. Easy, right? What do you think you would have to do in order for your parents to see you as an adult and not as a little one?
I guess stop locking myself in the room. Come out and talk to them sometimes. Not hold everything in.
That's excellent. You're doing all my work for me. That's great. Okay, so now let me stop here with your vision statement. Do you think that for the next 7 days, 7 days, but you get to pick how many? Out of the next 7 days, how many times will you leave your room to speak to your parents? Whatever number you want.
I'll try 5 out of 7.
5? Okay, now let me.
Like during the school
you
week,
sure you want to do 5? That's a lot of times for someone that's always
during
locked
the
in
school,
room.
Monday through Friday, I'll come down in the evening and say something to them.
Okay, so what would that conversation look like?
I don't know.
Ideal. Remember, we're making it a wonderful world.
What I would want.
Yes.
I'll come downstairs. We'll all eat at the table together and talk about our days.
Okay, and who's going to start the conversation?
My dad.
He will? But he's not here.
I know.
So he doesn't know.
Then I'll start the conversation. But I would want him to. Or my mom.
Okay.
To ask me some questions.
Okay, so can I give you, we'll stop the vision statement, can I give you a strategy? I'm going to teach you 2 things.
Okay.
One is a rose and one is a thorn. So the first day, I want you to go, and when you sit at the table, you're going to teach your parents rose and thorn. Everyone has to tell you a rose, and everybody has to tell you a thorn. Like that, you'll get your parents to talk. So now, let's do that right quick and then go back to our vision statement. Okay. Tell me a rose for today. Something beautiful. A rose is something that happened to you that was wonderful. Besides this great coaching that's happening here. Don't use this one. Use something else that happened to you today.
I guess something beautiful that happened is I woke up.
Okay.
And I'm alive.
Okay, that's good. And tell me something thorn, something that wasn't so good today.
I guess I felt ugly this morning. I told myself I wasn't beautiful.
Okay. Be still, my heart. Okay, so that's what the thorn and the rose game is. The rose and thorn. You have to teach your parents that. So you see, it wasn't easy, right?
Exactly.
But by the 3rd or 4th day, they'll get it. And you will be the star of your house. Okay? Can we shake on that?
Yes.
Good job. Thank you. We'll see each other next week.
Okay.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Community Central.
Jones, and I'm going to give you 3 ab exercises with tips on how to firm and tone them. Here, these are leg raises on the pull-up bar. These help the lower part of your abs and develop that V shape that we all want. So you're here, legs come up, slow, not fast, slow. Same way. I use a lot of weight when I do this. Just to develop the muscles in my ass. For those who just starting off, you don't have to go heavy. This is a slow exercise with. So you're here. I'm going to put on a lot. So, you're here, angle your body off, your here, just like this. The regular punch is good as well to help you down, but you have to do them slow. And you have to do them proper way to develop. You don't go all fast when you're just going. So, the next thing I'll do is, I'll do this. I'm going to do them up here, but if you don't have this, I'll show you another way to do them as well. The way I do my obliques, I go up here again, I lock my arms. Segment. I hope you guys take my advice, work your abs, stay fit, stay healthy, and thank you.